everyone. It is Rod Johnston here again with another Game of Thrones Season 8 review. This time it's episode 2, The Things We Do for Love. This episode's whole premise is pretty strong. It's a setup of what's going to happen while people are waiting for battle. The episode begins with Jamie being brought before Danny, and basically Danny's like, I don't know, I don't think I should trust this dude. I've been told my whole life that I'm gonna, we're gonna murder and torture this dude because he killed my father. So she basically goes, hey, Sansa, what do you think? Sansa's like, Brienne trusts him, so I trust him. Then John's like, yeah, we need more bodies to fight the zombies. So I'm cool with you not killing him. It's actually kind of funny just seeing everyone just go, yeah, we need him, even though like Jamie's been one of the most hated characters for a lot of this like series. Jamie starts off as the king killer. He pushes Bran out the window. Jamie had some really interesting scenes in this episode because he is sitting here like giving himself to Danny, and he's going, I did all this stuff before for my family, and I would do everything I did before again just because I believed in what I was doing. And so they're like, well, then why are you doing this now? Why are you giving up? Because he finally realizes his family and his everything he's fought for up to this point doesn't matter if everyone dies. It really what it comes across to me is like Jamie's like, I can't love my sister. I can't, be everything I have been up to this point if I'm dead. And if everyone else is dead, it doesn't matter. So he's giving himself up. Jamie had a lot of scenes in this episode I really, really liked. Like he goes to Brienne at one point, and she's like leading one of the flanks to the army while they're training, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm not the fighter I used to be. Can I fight with you?" And she's just like, Brienne doesn't know what to do about it. I'm actually kind of thinking that Brienne's kind of like, Brienne's kind of fallen in love with him, and it's actually it's a funny little love triangle this episode because. This is the whole Jamie and Brienne thing, and then there's like Giant Spain, who is still one of my favorite characters and is the best parts of comedic relief in this episode especially. But he loves Brienne because she's tall and a wonderful warrior and everything that the wildlings kind of what they embrace as warriors, rebels and warriors. So it's been Jamie had some fantastic scenes, including scenes with his brother Tyrion this episode. It was all really kind of cool. Jorah also stood out a lot in this episode. Jorah was kind of like the reason to Danny this episode. Danny's pissed off because Tyrion basically told her to accept Cersei, and Cersei, they figure out this episode that Cersei fucked them, that Cersei isn't coming with army, she isn't going to do anything, she's going to let them die and try to clean up. Even if they win, they're going to be outnumbered. I mean, it shouldn't have surprised anyone, shouldn't have surprised Tyrion, it shouldn't have surprised Jamie, but it's surprising all of them for some reason. So after like Danny figures out Tyrion kind of shit the bed, he's like, yeah, she's mad, and it's Jorah that comes to her, and he's like, he messed up, but he messed up, and he's gonna learn from his mistakes. He's going to learn, and he's gonna be better of it. Jorah's really, if he wasn't around in this whole episode, I really want to know what Danny would have done. Danny might have gone after Tyrion. Danny might have screwed the pooch in ways that are really, really you wouldn't even be able to tell because like Tyrion might have been murdered. She might have just killed him then. And Jorah also convinced Danny to go to Sansa and kind of make peace with Sansa. He's really the logic that Dany needs, because Dany has been very, very passion oriented. She finally has everything she was wanted her entire life. Like, she could see it, she could grasp it, but she's had all these other elements messing with her. She's had all these things that have screwed with her family. Jaime, the one who killed her father, all these things that she doesn't know how to deal with. And that goes all the way into later this episode. But Jorah, if Jorah wasn't around, this would have been probably pretty bad for Tyrion, I think. Jorah is really being the logic that Dany needs at this point. So as that happens and Dany's going around, there's some really interesting scenes with Jaime interacting with Bran at the tree. And Jaime goes and apologizes to Bran. He's like, I'm sorry. And he goes, well, you weren't sorry when you threw him out the window. And I don't think Bran cares anymore. Bran doesn't care because Bran is kind of a super powered entity. He's not superhuman anymore. He's this being that sees time and space in a different way than anyone else alive. And he knows what Jaime did wasn't done for the right reasons, or maybe it was done for the right reasons. He was trying to protect his family. It goes back to the title of the episode, The Things We Do for Love. Jaime pushed him out the window because he loved his sister. But it's just showing that Bran isn't normal anymore. He's not a human that is angry and anything anymore. He is a character that is only here to fulfill his purpose at this point. To the point where the characters, a bunch of the leaders are together planning for this battle because they figure out the White Walkers are coming, and Bran's like, yeah, I'm gonna go sit by this tree again and try to get the Night King to come, because they know if the Night King is destroyed, they think that all the rest of the White Walkers are gonna be done with. So Bran is like, okay, this is what the king has wanted to do forever. I mean, he's chased three-eyed ravens for all eternity. It's a eternal game of Tom and Jerry. And unfortunately, the Night King is the predator in this situation, and Bran is the prey. So he's gonna leave himself out there and as bait, because there's so many dead coming that they know they can't defeat him with just combat. They don't have the resources, they don't have the manpower, they don't have the amount of things they need to fight for what they would need to fight for. I really like the scene because Theon comes in, and Theon comes back from rescuing his sister and comes back to Winterfell, and he's like, yeah, I will protect Bran. Which is really important because Bran lost Winterfell to Theon all those seasons ago. So it's a redemption arc. It's I screwed up before, and now I got to fix this. Let me protect you, and Bran does. So it really shows you that Bran is gonna let Theon fix him or protect him. It also shows you that it's probably the best bet for all of this, and both Theon and Bran know this. There's some scenes in this episode I really kind of am horrified by, and I'll go over it real quick. So Arya as a character in this episode she's going off wondering about her weapons. She asks Robert Baratheon's bastard, she's like, make me this weapon in the end of the last episode. And he doesn't make it right away, and she comes after him. She's like, make my weapon, dude. And later on, he brings it to her, and then Arya's like, hey, I'm a virgin. Can you bang me now? Arya contextually in the show is probably 11, 12, 13. I don't know how old she is. The actress is obviously, 18, 19 years old, whatever, because the show's been going on for 8 years. It's a little awkward to watch as like someone who's trying to follow these characters contextually, but it makes sense. They're all these characters are expecting to die, and so they are doing whatever they can. It's fun watching these characters spending what they think is their last night and what they do with it. It's You have Samuel who goes off and gives his family sword to Jorah because he knows he can't use it. You have, like I said, Arya banging Roger. Arya banging the bastard son of Robert Baratheon. You have the Hound drinking and just everyone kind of doing their thing. It's a lot of stuff. There's Tyrion's talking to everyone and just trying to enjoy his last night, getting information and just drinking. There's a really good scene with Giantsbane drinking out of his horn and just like pouring booze all over himself, and everyone's like, "Huh, dude, you're a mess." Is basically what it turns into, and it kind of leads to actually probably the best scene of the whole episode, and that is going to be Jaime knighting is now Sir Brienne, but Brienne of Tarth, she couldn't be a knight because there aren't female knights. But then Jaime goes, well, all you need to have a knight is another knight, and so he decides he's gonna knight Brienne. And this scene is really, really awesome. It was the most touching scene besides when Podrick, like he starts singing a song which is really beautiful and haunting, and it's just like that song was the best part of the whole episode. But this right here was really, really close as a second, because it's just showing the love and respect these two characters have for each other. And when Brienne gets the honor and she becomes a knight, she's just like it's all she ever wanted. She's never been accepted really anywhere, and this is finally her being accepted for being the fierce, strong warrior she is, and it means a lot. It means a lot to her, and I think Jaime is super happy he gets to show that appreciation to her that he's felt so long. So this scene was really, really amazing. It was really good. This episode was like really fantastic as a whole. For like episode, really, like there was no action. This is all set up for the battle that's starting next week, because at that very end of the episode, the White Walkers show up. So we know there's going to be a battle next week, and we know that the crap is going to hit the fan. I assume we start losing characters next week, but I'm not sure. I mean, we're going to lose characters. People are going to die. But the last thing that was really kind of important in this episode, Jon Snow tells Dany that his real name is Aegon Targaryen, that he is the son of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegon Targaryen. Dany's like, this is a little suspicious, dude. And it's your brother and best friend telling you that. It seems a little suspicious. He goes, nah, dude, I'm good. I know it's right. So I'm Aegon Targaryen. Dany doesn't look very happy. And like I said last week, it kind of seems to me that it's going to end up being that Jon's going to have to kill her because she's not very happy. She's going to betray him or something. But it's going to happen, I feel like. And this is more, like, more ticks in that direction, that this is how this episode is going to go. So overall, the episode was really, really good. It was really strong. It had a bunch of really, really good moments in this. And I really, really enjoyed this episode. The next episode with the battle is going to be great. I feel like it's going to be really action-packed. And we're getting to the point where we don't have much left. I said I didn't know how many episodes were left the last week. And I figured out there's only like 6 episodes this whole season. So there's 4 episodes left after this week. So it's going to be, there's a lot to finish up. A lot of prophecies. A lot of things are going to happen and going to have to get wrapped up. And not a lot of time. So, hey, if you enjoyed this video, I will be doing recaps after the rest of the episodes. Please leave a like below and subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. So Thanks for hanging out, everybody, and I will see everyone next week.